Okay, this is the third part series of getting a DAZ model into Unity. Now, if you've missed part 1 and 2, there will be links in the description on how to get to those. But this one here is specific for using the RCK, otherwise known as the RPG Creation Kit. Now, in the previous ones, I made these textures, and all I done was I just dragged and dropped them into a new folder, which I called it New Textures, and I just took the old materials and remapped them to the textures. You can do that simply by just dragging and dropping textures like so. I did nothing else other than that. I used the original materials, I just swapped out the textures on them, and then all these are what is left, which are all now just trash. They're all junk. They won't do anything anywhere. So I can delete them, which I will do. There we are, and you see all the textures that we made and materials are inside of here, and she is now wearing them. And in order to put a material on something, you just drag and drop it into the scene where it needs to be, onto her arms. Or if you want to, you can take the this one here is the FBX. That's the original one. And I just went inside of New Textures, and I just put on the arms and just went on this way until it was all done. As you see, pretty nice and simple, easy. Just like so. Anyways, that's how I did it. We're going to delete that back out. And then when I was done, I just drag and dropped it into here to make it into my own prefab. And then here she stands. Now, not only that, but I did go back in to this one, and I had to unselect all these locks, and I changed it to 1.25, and then I hit Control A to apply my changes to all transforms and rotations, and then it saves it back to 1, and then I exported it back just to get it to match up to my other character's height. So since this is done, I will be packing this up, and I will actually have this somewhere to where you can just download it and use it. But I do not recommend it because it's going to be not fit for your game. Simply because this is going to have no morphs except for the ones I picked out, which I just threw something in there just so it have something so I could show you. So I do suggest you start from the beginning and make your own. But of course, if you are not going to be using any morphs, anything to change the face, then you could just delete those out of the FBX and use this, and you will be just fine. So let's go ahead and get to the next step. What I like to do is go to my original, which I have one called Races. Let me find it. Here it is. And I'm going to go down to my human race, and I'm going to grab another female out of here. That way I can kind of compare. And there she is. And it just makes it a little bit faster. I can just go like this. And here we are. So here's the one that I just made, and this will be the one that I have had for a long time. In fact, she's right there pretty much. It looks smaller just because there's more stuff attached to this one than there is here. So we're going to need to do a Ragdoll wizard to start off with. We'll have a Ragdoll wizard, and we'll need to add the body data. And it'll probably already have an animator, and then we'll have to add this on there as well. Now this is all the RCK specific. So we're going to need to add a few scripts to it. Number one, of course, you can just basically see from here, we have Ragdoll, we have body data, and AI sounds, and of course the animator. I'm not sure if this has animator yet. It sure does. We've got to uncheck that animator. Make sure that is unchecked. So then we're going to be adding in Ragdoll. And then we're going to add in, what was that, body data. Yeah, body data and AI sounds. There we are. And then we're going to have AI sounds. There it is. Now you will notice some things on mine are going to be different. I do have most things on a paste bin for all my editor extensions. They are a little bit different than Silvamat's. For example, this colors will not be there. That's a part of a whole system that I've made that's way too big to be putting on a paste bin. So we're going to, in fact, if you do use mine, you will be pretty happy to know that this should work just fine. Let me see. Nope. Okay, so this here needs to be Skellion. I know it sounds hilarious. I messed up a long time ago and I typed in Skellion on my normal one. It was pretty bad. That should get the bones at least. Nope. Man. Okay. Well, either way, all you gotta do is just drag and drop everything on here. Now, mine has extra ones, like the lips. I mean, that shouldn't even be there. I thought that I was going to need it that way on mine, so I gotta change this. But everything else, you just simply just drag and drop on there. Arms, go to arms. Feet, we'll need to go to feet. Hands, and I don't think I have the body data one on there. If I do, I will certainly edit it so that you can just use it, and you should just be able to click on those and it'll just fill these out for you. And your hair index, when there's no hair, it's -1, and your eyes should always start off at 0. So we're going to fill these out. Let me go ahead and do that real fast, actually. Head, eyes, which lashes are part of eyes on this one, so that's great. That's what I need to do to mine. Then you have your torso, which is your upper body, and then your lower body can be the legs. And what else do we got here? Did I do hands? Hands, there it is, yep. Head, eyes. Eyes is done. Mouth. Pretty sure I didn't do mouth. There we go. And legs, and then torso. Yep. Okay, I think I got everything done. Except for legs. How did I not get legs on there? Put torso on there twice. Lower body. There we go. And then your bones. Well, that sucks. There's only one way to really get it, and I'm going to change this back to say skeleton. There we go. You just kind of, gotta go like this, pretty much. And it only goes to hand, so there's no worry there. And this only goes to lower face, or goes to head. This goes to hand. This goes to just foot. This just goes to foot. There we go. Now you can find everything pretty easily. We're going to go to where we were. And I believe that it only has, I don't know, I think it's only got 3 of these in here. I put them all in there because I use them on other scripts. So your right hand and left hand are pretty obvious. Left hand, right hand, upper chest, which I believe I use the chest upper. And then for the hips, I use hip. For the feet, I use feet, and for the head, I use head. You go ahead and get those real fast. There we are. And then this is for your underwear. Like you'll have a bra for the upper body and panties for the lower body. If you are making a male, you can leave the upper body empty. You don't have to have one. In fact, you can actually just leave them both empty. They'll just be naked running around. This is for a lip sync add-on that I have, so you'll be ignoring that. And for your avatar, you will need to use your actual avatar that is generated from your FBX. which is right here. There we go. And then this part here is pretty much done. This will be edited for you guys out on the paste bin one. I'll make it right. Now the Ragdoll. The Ragdoll is going to be pretty different. So we'll be going to let's see here, game object. Then it's 3D object and Ragdoll. That's a really weird spot for it. Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to be, it's going to be asking for the bones for all of this stuff. And as far as total mass, strength, and flip forward, you're kind of on your own. I really don't understand what some of this stuff is, so mine's a little bit whack. I'll have to spend some time and actually go through what this stuff is. But this is a default Unity thing. You can search that up on your own and you'll be just fine. Probably better off than I am. So we're going to start off with the pelvis, which is hip. Or actually, pelvis should probably just be... Okay, no, never mind. Left hip is going to be left thigh. So let's find that out here. Here we are. Which I guess I could just put in pelvis. That'd probably be better. Pelvis right there. Thigh bend is going to be the left hips. Actually, I'm going to put hip there anyways. I like that more. And then for the left knee, let's go ahead and find left knee and left foot. Wow. So I guess for the knee, we're going to use the thigh twist, because I don't know what else we could use there. And then for the left foot, we're going to use left foot. And now we're going to do the right side, which we're going to use right thigh, twist, and wait. Oh boy, did I just mess that up. I could just use shin. So we're going to use bend, and then shin, and then foot. And then bend, and then shin again. And then for the right foot. Man, I just keep on messing that up. This needs to be thigh bend, shin. There we go. Now we're doing the left arm. So we'll be going up here. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. So the left arm, we're going to be using the left shoulder bend. The elbow, we're going to use forearm bend. There we are. I put it on the wrong spot. And then for the... you'd think there would be a hand, but I guess not. So we'll leave that. Right arm is going to be right shoulder bend. And then the elbow is going to be forearm bend. Then middle spine. You kind of just have to pick one out, because we already used hip way up here. So I'm going to say chest lower or abdomen upper. I'll go with abdomen upper. And then the head is going to be obviously the head. There we go. Now strength, I don't know, I just put something in there so there's something there. And then you can hit create. There you go. And what it does is all of these that you had listed, I should say, all that you listed, it adds in a capsule collider, a rigid body, and a character joint. Now from here, you're going to have to actually go back over all of those again and add a script and add layers and tags. Let's go ahead and put that on there so we can see. There we are. Now those are pretty bad. They're definitely not good. They need to be edited quite a bit. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go over, here we are. this one here. And it's just how round they are that's way off. So we can adjust that really easily. The capsule collider, the radius, we'll change this down to about 1. Yeah, that's actually really, really good. I don't mind that at all. You have to play with these settings and get it just right where you want it. And then shin, basically same thing. There we go. Okay, that's going to look a lot better. Now the arms are still way off. All I'm really going to do is just adjust the forearm one. Sorry, I have to have music going or it'll my headphones will turn off. They're kind of junk. Okay. Let's see here, this one. It's probably about half, so I'm going to put in 0.5 and see what that does. There we go. That was a lucky guess. And you will need to adjust these in general. It's going to be a little bit off, and it's just going to be not perfect. You'll need to go in here and probably separate these a little bit further apart. The more that these touch each other, the worse ragdoll effect it's going to have. That being said, which one is it? The abdomen upper. See, it's touching it pretty bad. So, like I said, you'll need to adjust these as well, and you can adjust them just by clicking on this and doing what you need to do to make that go up a little bit. Okay, now that's not really all that we have going on yet. We're still pretty far from it. So we're going to find rigid bodies. And we're going to find colliders. There's those two. And I think this Ragdoll script is... I don't think it's one that Silvermat made. Let me go ahead and see real quick. No, it is. He did make it. Okay. So I have this editing thing inside of my paste bin as well. You can grab it, and it just makes that really easy, a whole lot faster than finding them and dragging and dropping them in place. Now we are going to need a few more colliders in there, and not to mention every one of these that we put in to have the box or any kind of a collider in a rigid body. We also need to go through and add in body part. And then we got to list what it is. This being the hip, we just put it in as chest, I think. Yeah, chest. And then that one's upper chest. And that's already there. And then you need to come over. Oh, I already done that for you. Guess whenever you add in the body part, it changes your tag for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But it will be body part. Then from there, you need to also change this to body part. Let me find it. Body part. There we go. And honestly, all the rest of these at this point, you can go ahead and just change all of these to body part, and it'll be just fine. The reason being, you're going to need them changed to body part, or else your raycaster is going to be malfunctioning. Basically, it's going to be hitting this. It's going to be hitting these boxes when it shouldn't be. So if you just change them, if you just let it change them all to body part, you're going to turn out to be just fine. Okay. Now the next part is going to be, let's go ahead and save this. because I need to grab a few things out. I have inside the head, here's the head. There it is. We have the head position. We're going to just take it and drag and drop it out here. And then we also have, which I'm going to undo that actually. There we go. And there it is, the looting point. Those are the two things that we also need. Okay, let's go back to our body. Whoops. This is the one we need. Discard changes. Man, that just kind of... I have a feeling that that's supposed to be very different. Let's see what happened here. That is the... I don't know. Then, oh wait. Here it is. Hip. So why did it get all crazy like that? That shouldn't have happened. So we're going to just... whoops. Okay, so it's not the hip one that we have. There is something here. We're just going to have to find it. It's going to keep on messing until it disappears. Okay, chest upper. As soon as I get away from chest upper, looks like it's something to do with the head. Maybe it is this one. Yep. It's got to be. I don't know why the head did that. That's pretty wild that it went so crazy. So let's go ahead and fix that. Sphere collider. We'll just change that to about 1. It's probably way up there now. Yep, sure is. Perhaps we'll just change that to 0. We'll change this to about 2. Getting a whole lot closer. In fact, you can probably just click on this now. And we will just... we kind of want this to be about the size of the head, I think. Okay, now we need to 0 these out. There we go. That's a lot better. I don't know why that came out so huge. Okay. So now we're going to need to do the head position, which needs to be dropped inside the head transform for the skeleton. There you go. It should look just like that. That's spot on. And it will have the layer of NPC and the tag of ignore. It's been a minute since I've done this. Ignore weapons. Yep. And you can leave it as a prefab if you want and use it as needed. But I think he actually has this head position as a prefab somewhere else already. So then we need to go onto the hip. The hip gets this here looting point, which looks awfully small on this one, so we're going to raise that up a ways. There we go. And we want that radius raised up a little bit to probably about 3.5. Yeah, there we go. What this one does is whenever the actor has died and it's just laying there dead on the floor, whenever you're looking at it, you have like this collider in front of you. We're calling it a raycaster. And whenever that collider touches this collider, a word will pop up on your screen saying loot or, I don't know, investigate. And then from there, you'll click the E on your keyboard and you'll open up their inventory and you can get the inventory out of here. Now, I think all this just leaves just how it is. I don't think you have to edit anything there. Same with this. I think that's all set and good to go. Yeah, this is all good to go. Okay, so we got both of those. And then we're going to go back over this real quick and find rigid bodies, find colliders. There we go. It'll add in the looting point for you. The meshes are all grabbed, bones. I think we got everything that's needed. Let's go ahead and check it out. We're going to hit save. Then we're going to go down to normal body and look at it just to be sure. Got AI sounds. I don't think I did. I'm just going to copy and paste. Copy component. There we are. And of course, almost forgot all about the whole head stuff. We're going to need to grab Head Blend Shapes Manager. Yes. Okay. So the AI sounds, we're going to just go ahead and paste. Paste component as new, no paste values. There we are. All that's doing is just the sounds. These are your hurt sounds, and these are the sounds you'll make whenever you die. I think it just randomly picks. I don't think there's any kind of special order to it. But there's those, and now we need to go over to the head. And we need to add in that script, which is going to be called Head Blend Shape Manager. Now, shoot, I got mine a little bit messed up. I need to fix mine. Head Blend Shape Manager. So for mine, I have the actual head, and I don't have any hair yet for this model, so I can just leave that blank. Let me see if that fixes it. That'll probably do it. Yep, okay. So I need to remember to fix that. So from here, I don't think I have this on a paste bin yet, but I will add it very soon. You can just click on grab and it'll go ahead and grab all of the meshes that are inside, that are part of your body. Let me see if it's got it all. We got the arms, we got the feet, we got the hands. I put the head up here because it can grab its own head normally. I don't know why it didn't this time. I'll have to fix that. So it doesn't grab the head, and it won't normally grab your hair mesh. You can click this button, and if you do have a hair mesh or something that has the word hair in it, it'll grab it and put it there for you. Otherwise, it grabs all your other ones, like mouth, eyes, legs, torso. And if you have underwear, it'll grab those too and put them in this list. It shows that you have 7 renderers. So there is that. And believe it or not, you're really done. As long as you've done everything else that I missed, or I mean not really that I missed, but for example, this part right through here, you gotta have all these filled out, all this filled out, and that filled out. And then whenever you do have this done, you can go ahead and make a new race, which you're going to go down to Create and RPG Creation Kit. We're going to go down to Character, New Race. Okay, then you can configure the race. Let's see here. It's probably this one. Made a blank one. ID is going to be called OO Video. And then over here we can call this race called Video. You can adjust all these. Mine has a little bit extra stuff in there. But there's all that. Use your body data, and of course we're going to just grab this one and put it inside the female model. There we go. Here she is. And you can add your hair types and eyes types. Those will be in different videos. Default hair and default eyes will be there. Here's your face data, which this is where all these came in. Let's see here. I don't know if any of this is going to be visible or not. Yeah, you can kind of see it does something. I'm going to change that back to 0. But all those morphs that you exported from DAZ are going to be listed here. And let's see here. Text data is always blank. That's something you're going to have to create and use on your own, because it's just not here for ours. Let's go ahead and hit save. Okay, and now that you have that, you can actually make NPCs with this. Again, you'll go on over here in the RCK AI editor. You can just make a new one. For example, I'm just going to grab one here, and you can select your video race, and there it is, and you can make an NPC out of it. You can adjust all that you need to adjust. Everything should be there. Nice and easy. Okay, so we have that done. I didn't save that on purpose. The very last thing that you will need to do is go over to your cells, and you'll need to go down to it'll be a scene called character creation. I made a button for it on mine because I go there a lot. Go ahead and hit save. And this is your character creation menu, which I guess I probably just need to, so you're just like that, I think it is. And we're going to grab the canvas. Okay. Something is just not right. Give me a minute. There we go. So this is my menu. Yours is definitely going to look different. But you'll need to go down to the Character Creation Manager, go to Inspector, and you need to go down to your playable races, and you need to grab your race, drag and drop it in. And there you go. Now it's a playable race. If it doesn't work, then most likely there was a property that's just not filled out. You just need to go back in and fill it out. And also, just to make sure, I'm going to delete that back out. I don't want it to save. I do believe I said this. I didn't go over them all, but we're going to go over it just to be sure. Every one of these, you need to add the body part, and the body part layer and body part tag, which that should be done, taken care of now. So let's go ahead and just find another one, just so that way you can verify. It needs to have body part. And it should change your tag for you automatically like it did. And this is the upper chest. There we go. And then same thing, we're just going to keep on going. And here's the head. We need to put one on here too. Whoops, the wrong deal. What was I doing there? Head. Yeah, actually that's right for once. And there you go. So you just got to do that to every one of them that you find that has the character joint, rigid, or the rigid body and capsule collider. If it has a rigid body on it, then it's going to need the body part as well. So that should be it. If you have any questions or comments, you can do so either on the official RCK Discord, or you can do it here on my YouTube, and I'll try to help you out the best I can.